We got our ears to the street. Everything local, that's heat. Everything local, that's heat. That's local heat, man. They get the word on the street out. And you ain't gotta duck when you see me pull my heat out.
No Bell Smooth, man. Getting calls. Local Heat Show. Hey, I'm Marcus Hayes. We're hitting you once again. Thank you for joining us. Today, we have Mr. L Smooth in the building. What's up, man?
What up? What up? L Smooth Mensa, Midwest City veteran, Oklahoma representative. What up?
That's it. Representing Midwest City. Thank you for joining us, man. It's a pleasure.
Sure.
You're a growing legend and icon around these parts, and so we had to give you a minute and then make your argument as to why you're the greatest of all time, the GOAT.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. I guess you see the Muhammad in the background, so you must be talking about him.
Yeah, no, I didn't even notice that. That's a incidental thing. Okay, man, we're going to get started. If you were president, we need the three biggest changes you would make to this country. If you were president, number one.
Minimum wage would go up.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, man, I mean, it's like everything's going up but minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just remember growing up. I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, you know, the Whopper was 99 cents. It's like $3.59 now.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's only been like 3 different wage increases within that 20-year span, 30-year span.
Okay.
And it hasn't been significant. They've been 50 cents or 25 cents.
All right.
So the American people have to try to live off of, you know, and I know other things are being done too with the government assistance and just, you know, illegally as well. But that's why things are done illegally, because minimum wage is where it's at. That's kind of one reason to me.
Right. Okay.
But that'd be one thing.
Number two?
Number two, man, do something different in the schools as far as the education system. Prepare. I mean, I can go real deep into it, but I think the school system the curriculum should be different.
Okay.
Not all across the board, but like at least half of it, because those skills are not taught. I mean, no, you're not using those when you graduate high school.
Yeah.
When you go into life, there's no life skills that are being really taught. You have to get life skills from either your parents, if they're around, grandparents, or mentors, and things like that. But you spend 8 hours or so as a youth in school, and they're teaching us things that you're not even using in real life.
Okay.
I mean, math, things like that, certain stuff, but it's not, you know, where it needs to be. That's just my opinion.
Yes. Number three.
Number three, what would I change? Kind of some things with, you know, they have, I don't know how it's all working now, but like the way like felons are treated once they get out of jail or prison, it's like you can't do anything anymore. You're already X'd out. You know, you can't vote. You know, it's hard for you to get an apartment. Most people won't hire you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel if you served your time for whatever the crime may be, I mean, I don't condone any crime, but I'm just saying if you went in to do whatever, you did 7 years, you come out, and then, you know, you get off your 30-day papers or whatever, then that should be wiped.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I you know, based upon the situation, you know, I guess it's probably case by case basis, I would say, because I think some things there's levels, like anything else. There's levels to crime, depending on what you do.
That's right.
So I think depending on what it is, you shouldn't just have that scarlet letter on you. Oh, this person did 4 years, or they did 14 years. Now they got this felony. They can't, you know, you only can do so much with that. You really got to know somebody to kind of get around that in order to be successful. If you're still trying to abide by, you know, the laws of the world. Now, if you're doing some entrepreneur stuff, then you can kind of halfway get, around it. But, just the normal stuff, you're trying to walk straight now, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it make it hard, just from what I hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah.
Very make it tough.
Okay.
That's
Good
just,
things.
you know.
I know a lot of people might want L Smooth for president. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now, man. What's your
Okay,
latest and greatest project coming up?
well, I'm pretty much, we're in 2020 now, man. So I've been doing a lot of recording. And I've got several projects I'm going to be releasing this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about them. I'm interested to see what people think. I have released a few songs this year. I think the first one was called Believe.
Yeah.
That one there, very kind of got a dark beat to it, but it's kind of got some inspiring words to it, just telling people to believe in themselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
That's right. That's right. We were talking to Hood the other day, and he was talking about his project called Betting on Myself.
So,
And so I thought, yeah, you need to bet on yourself. Nobody else will. You're right. Yeah, that's a similar line of thinking. Hey, your music, man, the types of beats you use, your soundscapes, very soulful, reminiscent of 70s vibes, but in the emotional connection that people have with those types of sounds and orchestrations and just music in general. Why do you like to use soulful soundscapes to back your raps?
I appreciate that, man. It just speaks to me, man. Like, bro, everybody has like, oh, the 90s was the best and the 80s and whatever was the best. I think it's all perception. It's kind of when you grew up, you ask an 18-year-old, they're going to say these times are the best because they got your Travis Scotts, the NBA Young Boys, all these other cats that are coming out. But growing up in the 80s, man, I liked everything. But as I got older, I kind of started going back to stuff digging deeper into stuff like Al Green's, Curtis Mayfield's. I'm in love with the sound of the live instrumentation and just the soul and what it brings out of me. And I think soul music just really brings and evicts an emotion out of me, per se, and just allows me to speak to what's true to me, with a hip hop feel to it.
Okay. What's the most fun song you think? Well, what's the most fun you've had making a song? What song was that? You just thought maybe you did a video with it, just kind of where you were in life. Can you think of something that maybe the fans might be able to relate to that experience?
As far as an artist, man, one thing right off top, as far as just a song, was that I had fun doing was Air of an MC remix. And that's got 9 other MCs on it.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to make a posse cut, man. Really for myself, because I'm a fan of hip hop. I'm a fan first. Second of all, it's kind of a thing, and I know this is in every state and city, really, where the locals per se, which I wouldn't call myself local. I just live in a certain area. I'm from where I'm from, but my music is heard, and along with other people, if your music is heard outside of your state, you're not local.
Mm-hmm.
They would
You're
try
not
to call
local to that place.
You're local to where you live.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
you could be doing shows in Delaware every
That's
6
right.
months, and
That's right.
whatever. So the local name is cool, but like it's really it doesn't upset me, but I just let people know, hey, it's the easiest thing to do because it's just kind of real. It's an easy term to use, but enough with that though. But people just be saying like, let's just say Oklahoma don't come together or whatever like that. So in the event, I put 9 other MCs on there. to get some shine outside of myself.
Mhm.
And you know, I love posse cuts. Like Wu-Tang, they're a posse already. So half their songs gonna have 6 to 8 heads on it. And those were some of the best songs, like Triumph, Protect Your Neck, you know, things like that. Even De La Soul, when they had like Scenario remix where they had like 6, 7, or a Tribe Called Quest. Like there's been so many posse cuts in hip hop, man. It's been beautiful.
Mhm.
I definitely want to add to that, you know, with what I do. But with that said, it was fun to get all those different MCs, man. Have them come and display their talent at the studio. They, you know, I set up the time for them. They like, yo, I can come through this week, whatever. They come lay it down. It was just a beautiful thing
Mhm.
for people to be receptive to it and be like, yo, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you. I support that. So that was dope.
Okay, you mentioned something that maybe people say sometimes. Oklahoma doesn't come together. Yeah, what do you think about that statement?
Well, it depends on who's saying it, you know. And then, well, one, it depends on who's saying it. Two, what is your definition of coming together? Not you particular, but that person. What is their what is your definition of coming together? Tell me that.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
you know, we've had talks before to where Oklahoma, well, if the artists came together, well, it's been plenty of shows where it's nothing but the artists there coming together to watch each other rap. So where's
For
the
real.
fans at? Because
You
the
can't
artists are
come. You
coming,
can't come more together than that. Just a
man,
bunch of artists in a room. Yeah.
bro, you seen it. I ain't telling you anything. Come on now.
Oh yeah. I've
It
seen it all.
yeah, it can be 5 artists on the roster, right?
Yeah.
They'll each bring, I mean, this is just a, you know, whatever. 2 fans will come, you know, one of they might bring their homeboy or girlfriend or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. And then you got another 6 to 8 artists that's not on the bill that's coming to network, hand out a CD or check out one of their partners to rap. So that's like, what would I say? Let's say 8 artists come, 5 on the bill. That's 13 artists and then 4 fans. So it's like the 60, 70% of artists is in there. They supporting each other. They like, man, like, where's the fans at?
Yeah.
I mean, so.
With that, where are the fans? Like local shows, do you think anything could be done better to attract people to the shows? I mean, nowadays people have a lot of options, entertainment wise. But you know, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Well,
Motivating the people to come to shows.
Yeah, they do have a lot of options. I don't know all the answers. I've tried a lot of different things. You have to try to be creative in your approach of promoting, marketing, and getting people out there.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that, being creative. You don't want to have a local, well, you don't want to have a home show or local show per se on the night of a Thunder game. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know, you got to watch who you're competing with. The Thunder and OU Sooners is going to trump anything you do. So you having the game on Saturday, you know, if you having, you know, whatever during the OU game, football, and they kicking off at 7 p.m. that night, and your show is at 7:30. Unless you have the game on, your chances of getting a big crowd is going to be pretty slim. It can happen, but it's just tougher. You don't want to make it tough on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can draw a big crowd. You just want to watch certain things like that. And then also another thing that I can't think of the word. The other thing that I figured out as well is do not oversaturate the local market with shows. You don't need to be doing a show every 2 weeks at the same 2 spots.
Right.
Because there's no anticipation for you for them to come. Oh, I'll just catch them in 2 more weeks. If they see you doing like you know, now if you're hosting something, it's different. But as far as it's the performing, if you're performing at these 2, 3 different spots every 2, 3 weeks, you know, you're doing, you know, then you're decreasing your value. Your value drops because it's like I can go see him next week and I'm missing. Oh man! But if you're doing one every 6 months in your market, then and making it special, then that kind of helps to increase your value and get more people out there. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever looked at the landscape, like online, at the events calendar and saw an artist that was performing a certain day and said, man, I don't want to put my event that day, or felt like you didn't want to go up against that artist? I mean, have you ever experienced that? I know that's
You know what? I'm gonna say I have probably done that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't. I'm just. It's with me being around as long as I have. I'm gonna say probably yeah. I can't tell you who or when, but
Yeah.
this planning so many events, probably yeah. Because it's like, okay, well, if I'm trying to do something on Thursday night, and my venue is like 10 minutes from this person's, and it's the same time, that's it's tough to get. You know what I mean? We might be nearly in the same lane.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of not running the same circle, but we do. Like, we're kind of familiar, whatever. Then yeah, I'd be like, because it's kind of like, okay, well, you want to get as many, and nothing against them either. You just want to get as many people as you can to your event to get eyes and ears on you.
Right.
So I'm gonna say yeah. I don't know who will win, but just being honest, I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's that. I mean,
And
what it is. Yeah.
well, not to cut you off. Not only that, hell, I want to see them sometime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
yeah.
yo, man, I want to support. Like, man, I don't want to do, man, damn, I want to go see this cat. So let me see if I can. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's part of that coming together thing. That's what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
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 Not very many artists talk about supporting other artists. Where do you think that comes from? Artists not really wanting to support the other artists that are around.
As far as here, or just in
Yeah,
general?
I mean, because that's what you know about. Yeah, here, just
A lot of people always.
It's cool that you have that spirit that you want to support. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. I think, man, people do say, the first to blow, whatever. They don't want somebody to have more have more fame than them or more notoriety. But the crazy thing about that is, if you look at just the landscape of music in general, just worldwide, and I hate to put it that because we're talking really local, really, but like, you like more than one artist from one state. You don't just like Jadakiss. You probably like Jay-Z. You probably like Fabulous. Or I'm just doing, Styles P. You probably like Nicki Minaj. That's 5 people from New York. So, and 6, Rakim. I definitely know. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you're not, now if they were all from like the Bronx, you're not going to say, no, you know what? I'm just going to take Jadakiss from the Bronx. Some other cats, nope. You know what I'm saying? And then this person from Jersey, I'm going to just fool with Joe Budden here. I don't fool with Redman because they both. And then in Oklahoma, like, people don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, there's room for everyone. There's room for everyone. So, and I don't think people realize here, I think we're kind of like, being, just being nice. We're probably like a C market in hip hop here. As far as the population, that's just my opinion. As far as the popularity and population, we're probably a C market, C plus. You know what I mean? And I mean that by, you got, your A markets is what? New York City, LA, Atlanta. You know what I mean? Chicago maybe, Texas. Those are your A markets, I would say, as a state.
Yeah.
And then B market. Go ahead.
Okay. Like Seattle, before the grunge explosion in the 90s, you're talking about markets. I think they went from a C market to an A market overnight.
And see, that's my thing. It can happen. It can happen. Look at, and I'm sure you're familiar with Griselda. Buffalo. That was probably a C market.
Pretty
You
sure.
know, for sure. They're in New York, but they're not. Nobody talk about Buffalo. They talk about Buffalo Bills losing 4 championships, and that's about it. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings, but
Yeah.
they're not known for any type of hip hop per se.
Yeah. And Buffalo is 6 hours away from New York City. So
That's close.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
ain't 6 states. It's not 6 states away. It's 6
Yeah.
hours.
6 hours.
So they end up, much respect to those cats, but they end up finding a way to, like you said, move that market up and to get some shine on that market through their hard work and work ethic and networking and whatever else. They didn't look at it like, oh man, like people have a defeated attitude, like, Oklahoma don't support, Oklahoma don't. Well, give them something to support, for one.
Mm-hmm.
It is tough. I ain't gonna say it ain't tough. It's hard as hell out here. But and be visible and promote and market. I think I asked you before, like, are you seeing flyers on your vehicle?
Yeah.
Or are you seeing are you seeing flyers at the places that you frequent in the city, just random, not even if they're given to you, like you see them on the side, at the barbershop, do you see any, what I'm saying? Like, are you seeing anything with any type of artist on that's consistent? To like, oh, okay, well, maybe I might check it out. You know what I mean?
Okay. Like to tell everybody real quick, the L Smooth merch game. He's killing it. He got hats, socks, shoe. Probably got a L Smooth model, a Porsche or something out there. Hey man, tell us about your philosophy on. I was trying to hang that and got hung up there.
Thank you.
I keep that next to my little museum of things in my studio here, Taylor Studios, for anybody that cares. Break down your philosophy as far as merch and why that's so important to. That's short for merchandise for those who may not know. Why that's so important to what you do as an artist.
Man, it's several things, man. One, people want something that's tangible, and they want to represent and support you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's several artists, man. Like, I was gonna get into it, but all right. So merch is just important, man, because people want to support you, man, and you need to build your brand. You need to brand yourself. Let people know what you're about. Give people an opportunity to support you financially. Everybody can, but when they can, they love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have multiple items, man. Like, I'm always gonna press up CDs. I don't care what anyone says.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna do that. But let's be honest, we're in a time where they're not as prevalent as they are in 1994 and 88, 2000, whatever, which is fine, but they're still effective. But you have to have, like hat. You can just go out and if you go into the store, you have a hat. That's promoting me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a soft promotion. When you can leave work. Say you work at Dairy Queen. People do it without even knowing. You leave work, get off at Dairy Queen at 10 o'clock, and you go to Walmart. You still got your Dairy Queen shirt on. You promoting Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
It's something noticeable. People look at it. Oh, you work at Dairy Queen? You won't even think because you're so far out of the loop of working. You work at Dairy Queen, man? What you asked me that for? Oh, okay. I've got to have the shirt on. Mm-hmm. It's a walking billboard. So that's one thing. Two, man, I'm an independent artist, so those things help me continue to keep going as an artist. Pays for studio time, pays for videos, pays for more artwork. Like it helps me continue, continue to support my craft. So those a couple of things.
Okay, real quick, man. If you'd like to give the people some IG or Big Cartel, I don't know what you use for your merch, where they can go get it and download the music. Can you give them some stuff here real quick?
Well, first, you can always follow me on Instagram. I'm always promoting that when I have new merch on there. That's at L Smooth Mensa, MENSAH. And then I also have a Bandcamp page, lsmooth.mensa at bandcamp.com. So I have a lot of my merch on there as far as the hats, posters, things like that, CDs, which I will say in effort to support independent artists. Bandcamp, they did it last month, and they're doing it again this Friday, May 1st. They are lifting their revenue share on Friday only for artists with music on there. So anybody that wants to support an artist locally or just on Bandcamp, all the revenue share will go directly to that artist.
Mm.
So all my albums probably on there, they'll be name your price. You can pay it for $1, you can pay 40, 22, whatever you want to pay, and that will all go directly to myself. Normally they take like a 35% share cut of that when someone purchases something. So that's just something helping out a lot of independent artists because we can't do shows. You know, you can do live stream shows, but you can't go. You know, venues are shut down and things like that. So
Yeah. Have you done one of those yet?
man, I haven't, man. I know, yeah. I'm working on that, man. Somebody kind of flaked out on it, but I'm still looking to do that. So I definitely let you know for sure. That's still on my whiteboard for sure.
Oh, okay. I've been thinking about doing one for the ladies, a little Chippendale session, you know.
Oh
Live
shucks.
stream.
Oh boy. Whoa boy. That's for them.
Yeah. The paywall will be substantial, you know. I gotta get
Right.
my bread, you know.
I feel you. Do your thing, G.
Right. Be like cryptocurrency, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so speaking of the ladies, or maybe men too, it's 2020. What's one of the wildest thing a fan has said to you, L Smooth?
Man, the wildest, man.
Where it made you do like this?
Oh man. One of the wildest things a fan has. Oh man, I don't know if I can say that, but I have signed plenty. I have signed some boobs though.
Have you?
I have signed some boobs.
Huh. That's interesting.
Several.
Was it their mark or yours?
Oh, it was my marker.
It was
Well, you know what? One of them was my marker, and then they had their own too. So different occasions.
Okay. Yeah, here in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Not very many artists can say that, man.
Ah, well, man, I don't know, man.
I think you crossed the threshold once you start signing that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
I
it take
appreciate
you
it.
from. It definitely ain't local.
No, but hey, that's just it was cool, man. It was hey, I was kind of like, okay, hey, it made their day, so it was cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. As far as your career, what are some of the things you'd like to accomplish before? And I think you'll always be involved with entertainment, but as a guy that's consistently, like right now, making albums and that type of thing, before you phase out of that, and that may not be for another 30 years or so. What are some of the things that you look at your parking lot of goals? What's one or two things that you say, hey, I gotta accomplish this before I'm done?
Well, I definitely got to get overseas one time. Haven't done that. Hopefully, with everything going on, it's going to be a while. But once everything gets back to, who knows if it'll ever be back to normal, but be back to normal ways of living.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one of my number one goals is to rock an overseas crowd. I know and a lot of us know that they do appreciate hip hop very much so overseas, over the water.
Mm-hmm.
So as much love as I get here, I'd like to, get some love out there and experience that. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Definitely. Okay.
so that's
Um,
one thing. You know, just really just kind of you know, also and just really just helping other guys, you know, younger artists, man, like mentoring. I do that anyway, just without even trying to, you know, making it formal. But and I'm gonna always probably do that, man. I always give some game, man. I think you can never give too much game out, you know, because everybody's got their own path. But at the same time, you can let people know your experience that may help them along the way. And
hmm
so, you know, with that being said, just kind of be like, you know, the concrete to where people laying their bricks on. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
pouring the cement, and people start stacking the brick to where the house is built in the state of Oklahoma on the hip hop front. You know,
Cool.
so you know, I'm kind of really all about legacy, man. Just let you know, make my mark. You know, worldwide, really, but you know, as far as people appreciate what I do here as well. So,
Okay. Okay. Um, what do you think about the current state of the country and where we're going, and does it shape your artistry any?
it does. You know, the thing about so crazy, man, because sometimes a lot of it's timing too. Like I got records like I got that I could really put out, like, but then I already have records that are out that I wrote 4 years ago or 8 years ago that are relevant to now.
Mm.
You know, and that's the thing about, you know, making timeless music. Um, but yeah, as far as you said, what I think about the country right now and the way it's going, um, bro, it's almost mass hysteria, man. Like, you know, these are kind of uncharted waters as far as, you know, people being in home, you know, this pandemic. I
Hmm.
can't, I mean, I don't know when it's ever happened, you know, is this, I mean, here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so with people having to stay home and curfews and like, you know, almost treated like a child, you know, like as an adult, everybody.
Yeah.
And so,
So we've seen this kind of stuff in movies.
bro, movies are the realest things out there.
Yeah.
They
Never thought it would
foresee.
really happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, these movies nowadays are, well, not even nowadays, but just in the past are so real. I mean, like, I know as a youth, like if I watched Matrix at age 19 and then watching it now, it's totally different because I see things as an adult. Like, you know what? That's real.
Hmm.
But at 19, it's like, oh man, this is cool, man. He's kicking, he's still shooting at him, like, but not really knowing the underlying message of what's really going on. Blue
Yeah.
pill, red pill, things like that. So these movies are putting messages in here as far as what's really happening and what's going to be happening because
Yeah.
the government are several steps ahead of us. You know,
Aren't they
iRobots,
though? For real.
you know, iRobots, and all these different I Am Legends and all these crazy movies that people just think it's entertainment. You better think twice.
Yeah. Stuff happens, man. Um, well, L Smooth, man, thank you for stopping by. We're definitely gonna do it again, man. When this is over, I mean, did you already have some stuff on the calendar that had gotten canceled? And uh,
I did, man. I was supposed to perform at this past year's arts festival. Supposed to headline on there.
oh wow,
First, I'd
mm,
never been on it, and he hit me up like, "Yo, boom!" I was like, "Wow, that's great." So
it's
I was
beautiful.
making stuff for that, but you know, also I was supposed to open for familiar with Freestyle Fellowship.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
We had what's the name coming? Gosh darn it, AC Alone.
AC alone.
I was gonna open for AC Alone, April 14th.
Mm,
I got that. Yeah,
yeah, AC
I got.
alone. West Coast
Yep,
underground
yep.
vet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got. I had.
AC.
Yeah, I had these flyers since like December. Like flyers ready to be done, you know, and roll out when you know.
Wow.
So you know that's how I go. But you know, those are some, you know, some main shows that I had as far as in the city, and then working on doing some kind of spot dates, kind of weekend warrior stuff in some other markets. Um, But other than that, it's cool, man. Like I said, I'm not tripping on it, man. Everything has for a reason. It's gonna be beautiful. I got some music coming out, some more music coming out. Should have a couple albums out this year. You know.
It's lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. L Smooth, everybody. We'll be back with the Local Heat Show. Another episode coming soon. Hit L Smooth up. Don't just talk about being a fan. Be one. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the culture, and keep it heated. Thanks, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate all you do, man. Peace. We out. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
We got our ears to the street. Everything local, that's heat. Everything local, that's heat.